Questions? Questions?
Not on top.
Questions?
Mayor, I know you touched lightly. You were saying kind of the feedback after hearing the conversation. Do you think you could kind of just repeat what you were saying after hearing testimonies? Particularly, you said that lawmakers had felt that they weren't listening into some of the concerns that were being drawn.
Yeah, to me, we just spent the last half hour listening to restaurant operators, servers, bartenders about the impacts of Initiative 82 and how we have fewer jobs. Restaurants are cutting jobs. Restaurant workers are taking home less money in tips. And restaurants are closing. And so I think it's just so critical that the council approach this in a way that solves the problem, not just goes down the middle. And the pause is a good thing while this is under consideration, but it's not the answer.
And just to follow up, Mayor, has anyone from the council approached you to kind of have a conversation about Initiative 82 since you announced that it was being included in the budget?
I've had conversations with every member about Initiative 82.
All right.
Peace and blessings. This question is from Mr. Townsend. Mr. Townsend, if you can just talk to us about the composition of the restaurateur community, in terms of big chains versus mom and pops, so to speak. What does that look like in D.C. currently?
Good question. D.C. historically has been, in the 90 percentile in terms of independent, small, local, and independent. Still in the 90s, we believe, but we see that, obviously with closures potentially declining. I think that this trend that we are on with Initiative 82, if we go to full minimum wage by 2027, we'll see the reverse start to happen in the district, and that's more chains and less smaller, more local, more black, brown, diversity in the industry.
I got a follow-up to that. In terms of the service charges, where do the service charges go to, like as a restaurateur?
So, per law, restaurants, operators are required to notify consumers, whether it's on their menus, on their websites, or posted somewhere in the establishment, where in fact the service charges are going. It varies throughout the industry. Some of the money is going to healthcare benefits for workers or paid time off, vacation. And then, quite honestly, a lot of it is being used to offset the increase in labor costs, they pay in the back of the house a little bit more money because there's that tension there as well created by Initiative 82. So it's a variety of things, but the key is there's a requirement there that ensures that operators are making that notification to the consumers.
Any questions?
Off topic?
Okay.
Mayor Bowser, I'm wondering if you could react to President Trump yesterday saying that he's not ruling out intervening in the Commander Stadium deal should the council not approve a deal in a timely fashion. Your thoughts on his comments yesterday?
Listen, Mark, my position has always been the same. We have the right partner. We have a great deal. And the time is now to get this deal done. I do think that we have a window of opportunity to get through. And that opportunity is not only to attract $2.7 billion and have a stadium open by 2030, it is to kick off the development of the rest of the campus, the remainder of the 180 acres. And we think we have a sure route to get that done. Delaying only introduces risk, and those risks can come in all forms. There could be political, economic, there could be some upending of the economy that none of us can foresee. And that's what risk introduces. A delay introduces that risk.
Could I ask you just specifically about, is there are some people who don't believe it's a legitimate threat because the deal has been done giving jurisdiction to the district. Is it a legitimate threat? Is it something that you're concerned about, that the council should take seriously?
I'm concerned about all forms of political risk.
And on that line, have you heard from any members of Congress, Chairman Comer or anyone, about the possibility that Congress, last week Chairman Comer said that he's looking to reach out to Chairman Mendelson about the delay. Have you heard from Chairman Comer or any members of Congress that they might also intervene?
Listen, Chairman Comer has been a great partner to the district, and he and I have kind of locked arms on two issues. The return to the office, which he is probably equally passionate about as I am for federal workers and our workers in the district government, and RFK Stadium. It was James Comer who advanced our legislation. He was then joined by Congresswoman Norton, and he shepherded a bipartisan approval through the House. He continued to help us make sure it got through the Senate. So James Comer is very interested in the development of RFK. And I'll leave it at that. Like, if this is your oversight chair, he authored the legislation, spearheaded it through the Congress, helped with it in the Senate, and I don't think he's looking to see it die at the Council of the District of Columbia. Yep.
Mayor Rebecca with Channel 7. If we can chat juvenile crime and what happened in Navy Yard over the holiday weekend, what's your response to that? And do you feel your emergency youth curfew legislation can help prevent incidents like that with the being set off and other disorderly?
I really can't comment on the specifics of the Navy Yard today. I'm sure the chief can provide any updates. As you know, we need, and I feel very strongly that we need the juvenile curfew law. It's modeled on what has worked with us with targeted drug enforcement zones, and the council, I haven't gotten it from the council yet. As soon as I do, I'll be signing it, and the chief will have it among her tools. I know we had more than a dozen arrests. I can't speak specifically about the incidences.
You've talked in the past about parents also needing to take accountability, confronting all of this. Is that something you're continuing to echo? And I realize that's not part of the emergency law, but is that something you'd like to codify in some way?
I think everybody is interested in more parental accountability. I don't know that the value of saying to a parent, you should know where your kid is, and that you're responsible for their negative actions. I'm sure that there's some law that we can pass, but some of that is values, and it is the community, the family, and all institutions, including government, supporting families if they need it, and holding them accountable also for the actions of their children.
Are you hoping the council gets you that legislation soon? Because it's been a few days since they approved it.
Absolutely. We asked for it like the next day. It was a holiday, and we haven't gotten it yet.
Thank you.
Yes.
Madam Mayor, who are you backing in the Ward 8 special election?
I'm not. I live in Ward 4. I won't be voting in the Ward 8 special election.
But as far as your priorities as a mayor, out of the 4 candidates, who would make the best political ally, so to speak?
I can't say that I have talked to all of the candidates, and so I wouldn't want to comment on that.
And as far as a possible return of former Councilmember Trayon White, what does that look like for us as a city in just the Wilson building? As far as his ability or lack thereof to work with the executive and even his council colleagues, how does that look?
I'm going to work with whoever Ward 8 residents send to be their representative, including if that was Trayon White.
Mayor Bowser,
Yeah.
Any thoughts or update on a 3-year-old who was shot recently in a car, and obviously an innocent victim? I don't know if you have any update on the investigation of that, or just your thoughts on that.
I don't. I know that the child was a passenger, I believe, with her family in the overnight shooting, and my prayers are with her. Thank you.